Are you middle-aged or older and you're thinking about getting into trials but can't decide what brand motorcycle to get? Do I get the gas? Do I get the beta or beta for those of you in Europe? Well, this is the video for you. This video is for that new rider who's going to ride a novice or a sportsman line. So what am I going to cover in this video? 3 things that I think are the foundation someone needs to learn getting into trials. Balance, clutch control, and braking, so you can see which motorcycle I think is more conducive to that new rider. The geometry on the gas is different than the geometry on the beta. And one key aspect of it makes a really important component to learning to balance, and that's the rake. The fork on the gas is raked out a little bit further than the beta, and it makes the bike feel more planted. Another aspect of the gas is the size of the foot pegs. This foot peg measures about 4 inches, and your foot feels firmly on the foot peg. The beta foot peg is only 3 inches. Now there is this component of the peg that you could rest your foot on, but I feel like when I'm on the motorcycle, I really do want to keep my foot on the grippy part of the peg for the most part. I feel like I can get comfortable fairly quickly. I do think it's because of the 4-inch foot pegs are more comfortable for my boots, but I don't know that that's the case. So anyway, kind of balanced, comfortable on it. Didn't take that long. Takes me a little time to get warmed up on the beta, but eventually I can get it. But again, it's harder for me on the beta than it is on the gas. So there. The gas clutch is linear throughout the entire range. So when I pull it all the way in and it's against my fingers and start releasing the clutch all the way to full engagement, it's a very linear feel, and it's a very smooth feel. So the clutch is fully disengaged when it's up against my knuckles. As it comes out, this first part right here is fairly smooth, and then at the midpoint right here is where it snaps and you get an instantaneous engagement of the clutch. From there to fully out is again smooth and progressive. So this little section right here, where I tend to want to engage and disengage the clutch, is a really snappy feel. Going to be smooth on the clutch. Last thing we'll talk about are brakes. There's your standard gas-gas rear rotor, and there's your standard gas-gas rear brake lever and brake tip. There is your standard beta rear rotor, and this is not your standard brake tip. It's the standard brake lever, but the way the brake lever tip was designed, it was very difficult for me to get my foot over because of arthritis I have in my joints. So I went to the machine shop and had this manufactured 4 centimeters longer, and now it's in a perfect position for my foot. And we're going to do it with front brake only, with rear brake only. Now we're going to do it with both brakes. We're going to do it with front brake only. Brake only. Brakes. Front brake only. Rear brake only. Both brakes. Front brake only. Rear brake only. Brakes. So, what can I tell you after playing around on both bikes? Well, I can tell you that had I seen a video like this and had it influenced me, I would have bought the gas-gas as my first bike. And that's what I would recommend. It's easier to balance. The geometry is a little bit different. That makes it easier to balance. The clutch is just super smooth, which if you're not a great clutch guy, that's important. As you get better and you want a snappy clutch, fair enough. I like the snappy clutch on the Beta, but I would have learned faster on the gas-gas. And then the brakes are about equal, with the exception of the rear brake on the gas-gas has a nicer feel, just has a bit more oomph to it when you tap that brake pedal tip. So I would say for that new novice, old guy, get a gas-gas first. Thanks for watching, and remember, we all need more kindness in this world.